For this tutorial, I will make use of Ankara Adire fabric. It's an Adire fabric, but it comes in 6 yards. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to mark my shoulder measurements. Here going to use 8 inches. Then I'll go ahead to mark the length of my sleeve. For the bubu, I use 12 inches here. You can make it as long as you want depending on you. Then I'll go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. After that, I will draw it, use a straight ruler to connect the lines. From there, I'm going to mark my neck measurements, my neck width, and my neck depth. For the back piece, I made use of 1 inch by 3.5. 1 inch by 3.5, while the front is a V shape and it is 3.5 inches by 7 inches. 3.5 inches by 7 inches. From my shoulder slope, I'm going to mark my sleeve opening. This also depends on you. I used 12 inches here, and that 12 inches also includes 2 inches for the sewing allowance. 2 inches for the sewing allowance up and down. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have 10 inches. I'll mark that, and also I will go ahead and start marking my body measurement. For the bust measurements, I made use of my bust measurement divided by 4. Then I added 2 extra inches. My bust measurement divided by 4, then 2 extra inches. You can make yours bigger. You can add 3 inches, 4 inches, depending on how big you want it to be. Me, I don't like big boo-boos because it is too big and it just looks somehow. I prefer to just use 2 inches. For most of my boo-boos, I make use of 2 inches. Then also for my waist measurements, I also used my waist measurement divided by 4. Then I added 2 inches, and I also did the same thing for my hip measurement. My hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Then what I have on my hip measurement is what I took to the lower parts of the dress. That's the end of the dress. That is the measurements I use. What I have on my hip measurements is what I just took down. Then I drew a straight line to connect everything together. For some people, they just make use of their hip measurements. Now, what they have on their hip measurement, that's their hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2 or 3 inches. That is what they just use from the beginning to the end. So they don't bother to start dividing their bust measurements or anything. So it really depends on you how big you want it to be. So once I'm done joining the boo boo piece, everything together, the next thing I'm going to do is to measure my neck measurements. What I have after joining the boo boo together, I'm going to measure everything one after the other. Now, after measure So once I've gotten my measurements, I'll take a piece of cloth, just as you can see it here. I'll fold it into four. Then after folding it, the measurement I have there, I'll transfer it here. Then I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. Once I had the 1 inch for sewing allowance, at the down part of the this collar, I'm going to extend it by 4 or 5 inches, you depending on how long or how wide you want it to be. For this folding, I made use of 4 inches. When you open it, it's going to be 8 inches. So it is 4 inches on folding. But this place, I made use of 4 inches, my neck measurement plus 1 more inch for sewing allowance. Then I extended it just as you can see me do. My extension here, I used 5 inches. You can make yours bigger or wider, depends on